When I told friends I was heading to Pakistan, their faces showed concern, images shaped by headlines and fear. But I wanted to see the Pakistan beyond the news, the one lived by millions every day. With just $500 for a month, my journey was about connection, not comfort. I planned to skip tourist traps and dive into local life, guest houses instead of hotels, street food instead of restaurants, and wandering neighborhoods instead of guided tours. A tight budget forced me to rely on the kindness of strangers, and that's where the real stories live. The plane touched down in Lahore, and the city's energy hit me instantly. Spices in the air, horns blaring, vendors shouting. Overwhelming, but exhilarating. This wasn't about landmarks, it was about daily life, about understanding the hopes and dreams of the people I'd meet. I arrived as a guest, determined to be open-minded and respectful. My goal to replace preconceptions with real memories and authentic understanding. Pakistan was a blank page, and I was ready to write its hidden stories. This was more than travel. It was a personal challenge to connect, survive, and thrive on very little. The adventure had begun. Lahore never sleeps, but its true magic is tucked away in the walled city's narrow alleys. Here, ancient mosques and crumbling havelis whisper stories of the past. Children play cricket in dusty courtyards, laughter echoing off brick walls. I wandered for hours, discovering artisans, silversmiths, bookbinders, keeping centuries-old traditions alive. Sipping chai at a street stall, I watched life unfold. Neighbors chatting, shopkeepers working, kids darting between stalls. A simple salam opened doors to friendly conversation and connection. One afternoon, I stumbled into a gathering of men singing Sufi poetry. Invited to sit, I felt the emotion in the music, even if I didn't understand the words. These unscripted moments were the heart of my journey. The grand monuments are stunning, but Lahore's soul beats in its hidden alleys. Here, every doorway holds a story, every face a history. I was just a visitor, but for a moment, I belonged. Exploring these corners taught me more than any museum ever could. This was the Lahore tourists rarely see. In Pakistan, food is love and hospitality. My budget led me to street stalls and dhabas, where a few rupees bought biryani, naan, and spicy chana masala. Each meal was an adventure, bold flavors, shared benches, and nods of recognition from locals. The real magic happened when I was invited into homes. A casual chat in a market often ended with, "You must come for dinner." Families with little shared everything, treating me as an honored guest. We communicated with broken English, gestures, and laughter. These meals were filled with warmth and generosity. Hospitality here isn't about wealth, it's about heart. To be welcomed at the family table is the greatest honor a traveler can receive. The kindness of Pakistan's people left the deepest impression on me. Strangers greeted me with, "Welcome to Pakistan," genuine, proud, and eager to help. Lost in the bus system, a young man walked me to the right stop, asked for nothing, and made sure I was safe. This happened everywhere. Directions, translation, or just a friendly chat, always with a smile. In a small town, Mr. Khan, my guest house host, treated me like family, sharing tea and stories each night. Shopkeepers refused payment, saying, "You are our guest." Families insisted on paying my bus fare. This tradition of mehman nawazi, hospitality, challenged every stereotype I'd heard. I expected tension, but found a nation with a huge, open heart. Community and generosity are woven into daily life. In Pakistan, I was never just a visitor. I was a guest. Living on $500 for a month in Pakistan is not only possible, it's eye-opening. I stayed in simple guest houses for $5 to $7 a night, meeting locals and fellow travelers. Skipping hotel chains saved money and gave me authentic experiences. Street food and dhabas offered delicious meals for less than $1. My food budget for the month? Around $150. Transportation was just as affordable. Long bus rides for $8, rickshaws for short trips. My total transport budget stayed under $100. In Pakistan, $500 stretched further than anywhere I'd traveled. The low costs meant less stress and more focus on people and experiences. You don't need wealth for a life-changing adventure, just curiosity and openness. Sometimes, the simplest journeys are the most rewarding. Pakistan proved that. Of course, there were challenges. Power cuts, rough roads, and language barriers. Hot water was rare, and a short trip could turn into a bumpy, hours-long ordeal. Communication was tough outside big cities, but gestures and patience bridged the gap. Strangers often called friends to translate or went out of their way to help. For every frustration, there was a surprise: the country's diversity, the dramatic landscapes, the sense of safety. One day, I'd be in Lahore's chaos, the next among the snow-capped Karakoram peaks. Despite warnings, I never felt threatened, only respected and protected. The biggest surprise was how deeply the journey changed me. Shared laughter and stories broke down barriers. The challenges made the connections even more meaningful. To truly understand a place, you have to embrace both the good and the difficult. My month in Pakistan, on a shoestring budget, was one of the most rewarding journeys of my life. The real value of travel isn't money, it's the moments of connection. I found beauty not in monuments, but in the lives of the people I met. The best stories are hidden in plain sight, in tea stalls, village homes, and bustling markets. All you need is an open heart and mind. Be curious, be respectful, and step out of your comfort zone. The world is full of people eager to share their lives, if you let them. Look beyond the headlines and seek your own adventures. You don't need much money. A tight budget can lead to the most authentic experiences. The best souvenirs are the stories and friendships you collect. Go explore, talk to strangers, and let yourself be surprised. The world is friendlier than you think. Your next great adventure is waiting.